We've got Martin Gramatica in the house. Welcome in, sir.
What's up, Brandon? How you doing, man?
Hey, man. Yes, sir. Long time no see.
I know. It's been a long time. How you been?
The days just fly by, don't they? The years and days fly by.
Years, days, yeah. Especially when you have kids, man. I feel like I don't have, once you have kids, that's it. That's your life.
Isn't it? It is. It really is. It's a true story right there. So, kind of our roots, for our listeners, our audience out there, we played football at a small hometown there, LaBelle, Florida, and your ultimately hometown is in Argentina. But, yeah, we had some good memories back then, man. It was kind of the first taste of success with your group that came in. You were 2 or 3 years ahead of me and Bill. Right. And I played, Bill was on our team, but, those years with Mark Lynch and some of those guys, we had some really good teams. And then our team ultimately went to state. But it's kind of, kicking off some success down there in the hometown. That
was cool to see. Yeah, absolutely. And it's always nice to talk to some guys, back, from home and just reminisce. But yeah, it was cool. It was
really
nice.
I remember, beating Pahokee on those long field goals. They didn't like that much.
That wasn't me though. That was Bill though. That was Bill. I was already going. I was already at Kansas State.
So you had won the Lou Groza Award at that point.
I don't know if no, not yet. That was 2 years after that.
2 years after that.
Yeah.
So Lou Groza Award. Buccaneers take you in a high draft pick, I believe. It was a very high draft pick for a kicker at the time.
Well, third round is pretty. Yeah, for a kicker, it's not too bad. Yeah,
not too bad.
Listen, I was excited just to come home. So
yeah,
I mean, Jim Levitt recruited me to go to Kansas State.
Yes.
Then he comes to USF. Bill's playing there. Santiago ended up kicking there as well. So yeah. I mean, Tampa was coming home. If I had to choose, I wanted to come to the Bucs, but obviously when you get drafted, you go anywhere. But yeah,
what a better place, right? Tampa, Miami. I mean, would have been probably your second choice, maybe.
Absolutely, but yeah, I'm happy I landed with the Bucs.
Bucs were awesome, man. That was great to see you watching you guys on TV. That was awesome, and Bill was in the NFL for a little while too. And so, what are you up to now, my friend? You've got this new business. Tell me about it.
So with lifeguard imaging, what we do is preventative scans. So we scan from the neck all the way to the pelvis. The heart, obviously, and we have the calcium score, and we find heart disease before, once you have a symptom with heart disease, it's usually a heart attack or and a lot of times, I mean, I know you. Yeah. I don't know if you've talked on your show about it, but
yeah,
that's right. So we're preventing it to get to that point. So we catch it early, so that way you can take the proper measures. And then in the torso, 90% of the cancers are in that mid region. So we see a 3D image of every single organ. So we catch cancers pre-cancer stage at times. So yeah, so it's great stuff, man. I love doing it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, peace of mind. So you got heart scan, lung scan, virtual colonography, and then body scan. So that makes a lot of sense. Early detection is the key, right?
Well, mammograms, the breast cancer is the one that it's the most survived because of why? Early detection. So this is what we do. So you come in, let's say, for example, we have a legacy program. So we have a legacy program that's a 6-year or 10-year program, and then we monitor you every year. So once you get a scan, let's hope everything's great. Now we know what the baseline is. So then every year you scan, and if anything changes, year 2, 3, or 4, or whatever, 10, now you can take the proper measures to treat it and survive it with quality of life. By the time you have symptoms with heart or cancer, it's either stage 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So by then you're pretty much getting your affairs in order and hope that and you don't really have much of a chance at times. So out of our office in Tampa, we're saving 1 to 3 lives a day. Believe it or not, it's unbelievable the things that we're seeing. We see 15 patients a day, and out of those 15 patients, usually it's 1 to 3 a day where we find something that early enough to catch it. We catch it early enough to survive it.
Yeah, catch it early and get seek procedures, seek secondary action. And that was similar to me, as you mentioned. I had that double bypass about 16, 17 months ago. And wow, what a shock that was. It's like, wow, you're ended up a couple different tests, ended up being 80%, 86% blocked in one artery. Another one was 100% blocked.
Wow. So, you're lucky to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, honestly, you're lucky to be talking to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was a second lease on life. And that's where, when I look at projects, I look at spending time today, like you said, family, and then business decisions. It's like, my time is very precious. Our time is very precious. And a lot of times we don't know it. So, yeah, these scans, this sounds like a really awesome business opportunity. Your location is right here in Tampa Bay, you said. Rocky Point, is that right?
Right. If anybody knows where Bahama Breeze is, right there, right down the street. So it's really easy to get to. It's convenient. Yeah, no, that's a great point you mentioned. I mean, what we're offering now, we can offer it to any of your listeners, a coronary artery scan, which basically it gives you the amount of blockage, or the not the exact percentage, but it gives you a score.
Right.
So if you get over a certain score, we recommend, or the recommendations are to go, see a primary care doctor or cardiologist, but where you have invaluable information that you can give your doctors.
Right.
I'm sure in your case, Brandon, if you would have scanned, you would have known, okay, my arteries are blocked at this percentage. Let me go see, and then you catch it. Maybe instead of the double bypass, you would have had a stent,
right,
which is a lot less invasive.
Right.
So that's where we in a perfect example. We have one of my players' moms, on the soccer team.
Yep.
Came in she was coming to get a scan for her husband because he wasn't feeling well, and they called me up. I said, "Hey, come in." They came in. She didn't want to scan. She's like, "Oh no, I'm fine. I'm here for him. He wasn't feeling well." We finally, said, "Look, I've known you for 8 years. You're scanning." So we scanned both of them. He 100%, everything was fine. She had 95% blocked in an LED.
Wow.
Literally a walking heart attack.
She did not know it.
Did not know it. She had a stent put in a couple weeks ago, saved her life. So that's the closest one that I've had, with my close friends that I've had scanned.
Yeah.
But stories like this we have every single day.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We're talking with Martin Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and Lifeguard Imaging is the company here in Tampa Bay. So if you see someone in your family that could need this and you want to have a consult, reach out to the show 813-917-1894. Just call or text that line, off-air number 813-917-1894. And Martin Gramatica, of course, the former Buccaneer standout and kicker, Gramatica, that's right. The name, how did that name come about?
Well, it came out in college, so
okay.
I mean, for a kicker, I guess that's a good name, and not like the FSU days, the wide rights. Yeah. So I'll take the automatic. Yeah, it was cool. That it came out in the paper. What was the headline?
Yeah.
I guess my junior year was the Lou Grossa year, and it stuck. So yeah. I said, well, that'll work. I'll take that name over any name, for a kicker. So it worked out pretty good.
That's it. That's a very complimenting name, absolutely. And that's awesome, man. So the stories, back to the football side. Tell us some. Can you get us in the locker room and some of those situations? I mean, you had what a great team. I mean, you were with Lynch and the great linebackers there with Brooks
Sapp,
and Sapp. Yeah,
It was. I always say it was the best locker room I've ever been in. The friendships, but the thing is, the guy that spearheaded all that was Tony Dungy. He wanted us to be better people off the field than we were on the field. So that was the key. We had really good quality guys. So every guy in the locker room got along.
Yeah.
And it's rare to say that when you have so many men, and egos and
exactly.
It's not easy. And he was able to manage everybody's ego. Everybody was there to win. But also be friends. I still talk to a lot of the guys. I still hang out with a lot of the guys. It's friendships that are lifelong. Especially when you win a championship. That itself also makes you even tighter. Because that championship team, we're all friends. I mean, we talk all the time. We get together. We're getting old because we're about to have our 20-year reunion. Believe it or not, it's crazy how fast it's gone by.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's the cool thing about those type of guys. And then also to play with Hall of Famers, because now anytime they go in the Hall of Fame or Ring of Honor, we get together, we have a team party, and we all see each other again. So it's a great group of guys.
Yeah, it really is, man. And I just remember, watching that game, that Super Bowl game, and then just you had a couple of those. I think it was like interception. It's like, oh wow, they're actually going to win this thing.
Right. No, I didn't want to get too relaxed in the fourth quarter because you never know. But we were up by so many points that we're like, look, a field goal's not going to change the outcome of the game. I don't want to miss either, but I can relax a little bit and enjoy it. So I was able to kind of sit back and view it as a fan and enjoy that last few minutes. Like, man, we're actually going to be Super Bowl champs. And then when the game was over, it was an amazing feeling.
Yeah, it really is, man. What a story. That was a great team, really good team. As you mentioned, the Hall of Famers. I mean, just some really good Hall of Famers. And the leadership. I think, I read Tony Dungy's books. I love Coach Dungy. I've asked him to be on the show, so put in a good word for me when you see him. But yeah, I'd love to have Coach on the show. But yeah, he's a mentor leader, right? Like he wrote in that book. He had that Christian, roots to him, and I think that means a lot now, even more today.
Well, the thing with him, he's not pushing it on you. A lot of times, the Christian, they feel like they're better than you, or they make you feel less because you're not as Christian.
Right.
With Tony Dungy, he's never made you feel less than him or anybody.
Right.
But he led by example.
Right.
So he wasn't pushing it, wasn't preaching about it. This is the man that he is, and we just followed because we saw how great he was. So yeah, I love Tony Dungy, and he changed all of our lives. As soon as you play under him and get to know him and share some time and spend some time with him, changes your life for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take a quick break there. When we come back, we got more with Martin Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out his website, lifeguardimaging.com, lifeguardimaging.com. More with Martin Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram, Twitter, as well as our YouTube page, Brandon Rhymes Realty. And we'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, part of the Sports and Entertainment division now with Keller Williams Realty. So real excited about that newly formed division. Just 1,000 agents worldwide involved with that. Also the luxury division. So we'd love to help you if you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate. We'd love to talk to you and reach out to the hotline. We got Martin Gramatica on the show today. Lifeguard Imaging. He's the VP of Business Development. Lifeguardimaging.com is the website. So please support him there as well. And yes, the radio, we were talking a little bit between the break, the official Spanish radio play-by-play for the Buccaneers, it's blowing up now.
Man, it's awesome. We're going into our 5th year. And the best addition, you always say, we drafted a player this year, and Santiago's going to be doing the sideline reporting.
Oh, yeah.
So Carlos Borges, who's by far the best play-by-play in the business, he does the play-by-play, obviously, and I do the color, and then we're going to add Santiago to the sideline. But it's a lot of fun. You know, to come and watch, and actually a couple of years ago, we were able to call our own team in the Super Bowl. So not too many players can say, you know, you played and won a Super Bowl with a team and then called it another championship, but not only that, in your own home stadium. So I'm super honored and proud of that.
How exciting is that?
That was amazing, man.
Especially for Tom coming back. I saw a poster. I think John actually posted this. It was something about Edelman maybe coming to the Bucs and Gronk will come. And
I think that's Gronk kind of putting, you know, being Gronk, because he said the only way the only way I'm 100% sure come back is Edelman joins. But I have a feeling he's going to join. I mean, he's having too much fun over there in Vegas and with the draft and all that. So once he gets all that fun out of the system, he'll get to work.
Right. Yeah. Start looking at, hey, let's win another one. Right.
Absolutely.
That could be fun. I mean, it's so interesting to see, especially when you have great players like that. I mean, Tom Brady coming back to Tampa Bay. What a game changer that was.
Man, we didn't know where we stood without him. So you're basically rebuilding.
Right.
The only positive was that our division is kind of weak. So you're like, okay, we at least can probably get to the playoffs, but who knows who our quarterback's going to be now. Tom Brady comes back, and it just changes things. It puts everything at ease, and also everybody signed. You know, as soon as Tom Brady signed, Jensen signed, Godwin redid his deal. So you saw guys like, man, we want to win another one with this guy. So yeah, Tom Brady. If I say Jason Light should have been, GM of the year at least the last 2 years, and I don't know, he's not getting any credit, enough credit.
Right.
But he does have that assistant GM in Tom Brady. As soon as he signs, everybody wants to come over.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, that's what a boost to the team morale. Just like you said, the recruiting, the re-signing of the free agents, everything. So it's going to be interesting to see. How do you think this year is going to play out for the Bucs?
I mean, like I said, you just never know because of injuries. Last year we had a lot of injuries on the defensive side, but I mean, just signing Tom Brady, signing those weapons that we have, and then bringing Jensen back and these guys signing back. I mean, I personally think we play off for sure. Like I said, our division's not very strong, and then from there it's one game at a time. And when you have Tom Brady and you're in the playoffs, you have a chance. So it doesn't matter how you get to the playoffs; just get to the playoffs. Look at the Super Bowl year.
Yeah,
we snuck in kind of, and had to win 3 games on the road, and then win the Super Bowl at home. I mean, that's never happened in the history of the NFL. So. Just get to the playoffs, and then Tom Brady will take care from that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking with Martin Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, VP Biz Development, Lifeguard Imaging, lifeguardimaging.com. And take us back. I want to talk, one of the commonalities, too, is we both played for Coach Jim Leavitt. I played in the inaugural football team for the Bulls, University of South Florida Bulls, as a defensive back, cornerback on the inaugural team. And you played with Leavitt as well. How did you like playing with Coach Leavitt? And I know he recruited you and kind of gave you a start in a sense.
I didn't like it. I loved it, man. Yeah. He's family. I mean, literally, like, he's part of our family. He when he recruited me, came to LaBelle. We had a barbecue, and then from there, it just grew the friendship and the basically like a father figure. Recruited Bill to go to USF. Then Santiago literally got a scholarship without him even watching one of his high school games. He just he knew it was going to work out. So he's the only coach that coached all 3 of us. If you think about it. So I love Jim Leavitt, and I just wish he would get another chance because he's an amazing coach and he gets the best out of people, best
Right.
out of players, and he cares about his players.
That's right.
You see a lot of coaches that just do it for their own agenda. Jim Levitt cares about his players, cared about USF. Unfortunately, the way it ended here, it was unfortunate because after he took us to number 2 in the country,
yes,
USF has gone downhill ever since. So
he was wronged. I think he was wronged.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. He was coaching. This kid was a troubled kid, anyways. The family was not the greatest family. So unfortunately, you know, when the head coach is bigger than the president of the school and the AD, they wanted to find a reason to get him out. I think so.
Exactly.
But yeah, Levitt's awesome.
I agree with that. And also the note on Santiago, he saw the work ethic that you had, that Bill had, that your family had instilled in you guys, and he's like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. We're bringing him in.
I guess it worked out. I mean, Santiago, I always say Santiago would have been the best of the 3. He just unfortunately had a really bad groin injury his senior year. Yeah. But man, he could kick. So that's the part of sports. You just never know. You know, you could be on a roll, be feeling great, and all of a sudden one injury could change your career.
Yeah, absolutely. I've dealt with my injuries as well toward the end of my career. We had talked a little bit about, too, because a lot of people didn't realize it was kind of a little bit of a media sensation, the difference between soccer, making a point, and, you know, you get a goal, you get 1 point, and then you come over to football and you kick it through the uprights, you get 3 points. Tell me about how that kind of came about, too.
Well, everybody loved the celebration. For me, I was scoring a goal, so it wasn't a field goal because I didn't even, I didn't even know football when I started kicking. I just saw the uprights, I kicked it, and that was it. So the excitement, just because for me, scoring a goal, I got excited. So now scoring a field goal, I got excited. So that's just natural, genuinely got excited and I'm helping my team. So
right.
It got a lot of attention, but it was never choreographed. It was never like, oh, what should I do? I just, whatever came, and I look at some of the videos, I'm like, man, I can't believe I did that, but it just came natural. But I just love scoring.
That's what's great about sports too.
That's right.
So Martin, tell us about when you score those points, or when you're going out there, you know, here it is, last minute kick, you know, everything's on the line. How do you deal with that pressure? What was your trick of the trade, so to speak? How did you deal with the pressure of that?
It all depends on how you're feeling that day. You know, there's some days that you feel more confident than others. There's some cases where you've already kicked a couple field goals, so now you're feeling confident. So, like, I'm going to make anything, and you feel like you make anything. And there's other days where you had a rough game, and now you're down to the wire. You got to have laser focus. Yeah. So I would just kind of talk to myself, and obviously would say a few prayers and, you know, the sign of the cross, and then just let it go from there. But I just try to relax myself and just treat it like a normal kick.
Sure.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's first quarter or fourth quarter. You still have to kick it through. So just kind of try to not think about the moment and just kick it through. Yeah,
just block it out. I know that rings true with me too in some of the football games too, is playing quarterback. You know, it's like sometimes you can kind of aim the ball, try to push the ball in there, but you know, when you play the best is when you maybe gotten, you know, into it. I was a running quarterback, so I'd have a hit. Right. You know, I'd have a hit, and you know, like, oh yeah, that got me going. I'm ready to go, and then you just reach back and sling the ball. You know, then you're
without thinking. You can't think. If you think too much in sports, it's too late, right?
That's
so
right.
You got to react.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're kind of winding down here. We got about 3 minutes left here, Martin. So where do you want to go with this? So lifeguard imaging. I mean, this is a great idea. I mean, this is a life-changing opportunity for people. When you think about lifeguardimaging.com, you know, final thoughts on that.
Well, it's life-saving. You know, if something's going on and you don't feel well, but it's preventative. It's preventative scans. Yeah. So we have 99% of our patients have no symptoms. They come in because they want to be proactive. So. Like I said, anybody listening to your show, they can get a complimentary calcium score. So call it, make an appointment, come in, and then we'll show you everything else we do, because we do a lot more than just the heart scan. We can do the full body scan. So, and then we can do the program, 6-year, 10-year, whatever they decide to do. So come on in and see us, and we'll take care of you.
What are some of the biggest misnomers you have? I mean, is it paid by insurance or is it out of pocket? Like some of those questions that you get.
Well, definitely, it's not covered by insurance because it's preventative. Just like a mammogram 25 years ago wasn't covered by insurance. But we are conducting an information gathering where if patients allow us to use their information, obviously anonymous. In the future, we're going to present it and hope that one day this could be covered by insurance. That's our goal, is to change healthcare. We know how healthcare is. You know, they'd rather keep treating you than curing you. So we want to prevent it. That way, you know, you don't have to get treated or cured. If we can prevent it this way. So that's our goal. Our goal is to eventually get it covered by insurance. But for now, come in and we can show you what the options.
Reach out to the hotline, 813-917-1894. All you have to do is call or text that, 813-917-1894. We'll put you in touch with Martin and his team over at lifeguardimaging.com. They've got a convenient location right there at Rocky Point. What a great location, close proximity to the airport and everything there as well. So yeah, I mean that sounds like an awesome business, man. You know, the colon, there's a lot that goes on there as well.
Right, we have the virtual colonoscopy, which we didn't touch on, but it's much less invasive than the conventional, and we do the inner and outer colon. So there's a lot of times where you've had a clean colonoscopy and people have passed away from colon cancer because the cancer was on the outer wall and it seeped into the inner colon. So this is no anesthesia. You're literally back to work in 20 minutes. And then what scares me about the colonoscopy has been the prep. I don't want to drink that stuff and the prep. Yeah. Minimal prep, because you don't need to be completely cleaned out because you're running through the scanner. So yeah, if you're interested, if it's time for a colonoscopy, let us know. We can do the virtual one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, reach out to the show. We'd love to put you in touch with Martin and his team. 813-917-1894. And thanks for coming in.
Oh, appreciate it, man. It's good seeing you again. Yeah, absolutely. Great catching up.
Yep, been too long. So, hey, another great show. I want to thank all of our expert contributors today. Jenny Restrepo, Insured Title Agency. Nate Ginter, Vine IT. And, of course, Martine Gramatica, Lifeguard Imaging. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And support the Consumer Quarterback Show and our local area expert contributors here by going to consumerqb.com. And make it a great day. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.